Good morning. How'd you like that little scorpion I found? I didn't see a single one in the desert section. I had to come to the high Sierras to see a scorpion. But we are heading out of EVR. We're back on the 6.5 mile or so trail around Lake Edison to get back to the PCT. The morning ferry is like at 9 o'clock, and I think they do that to make you stay and have breakfast. So it's just faster to hike out. Today, once we get back to the PCT, I think we're doing something like 13 or 14 miles, aiming for Lake Virginia, I think it is. There should be some camping around the lake in that area, and that'll set us up pretty nicely to Nero into Mammoth Lakes for tomorrow, where we've got reservations already. I didn't mention yesterday, but there was a really bad fire in this whole area about 2 years ago, and it came right up to the doorsteps of EVR. They got super lucky. It almost burned the whole place down. But they were saying how the firefighters in the area that were fighting the fire were basically staying at EVR and just using that as their base of operations. Finally made it back to the PCT. Now it's all uphill, a little over 6 miles, Silver Pass. We're already done with all the other major passes, so this should not be too bad. Here's the North Fork Creek crossing. Easy enough on some logs, it looks like. And I'm kind of exhausted already. It's really, really steep going up here. Lots of water crossings. I'm having to change into my sandals. It's taking a long time to get up here. A little bit of a level off before the next big uphill and dangerous river crossing. Silver Pass, straight ahead. Silver Pass Lake down there. There's a little bit of a snow patches to traverse up here on this one. There's looking back to the south where we've come up. I think the pass itself is that little notch right there. We're still going up though. We're just looking a little bit to their side. Man, Silver Pass, the one that nobody's heard of, is the most physically difficult climb of all the passes. It's been 6+ miles of extreme uphill and dangerous water crossings. We're still not at the top yet. Here's into the north side. I am 100% exhausted. Well, I'm done resting up for a bit. Now we begin the slushy descent. It's in the afternoon now. It's not too bad though. We're through all the mountain lakes. Now we're starting the next big descent down into the next valley. Steep ups and downs all day. This has been a long slog of switchbacks up this mountain. This is going to be camp for the night. Camped just above Lake Virginia. Nice little view of it down there. There's like 2 more spots in this little boulder field area that somebody else could join in on. As usual, I hope I'm alone. Really cool little area up here. But I'm gonna get settled in, dinner going, and all the usual. I think that's gonna do it for today. I've got my dinner cooked up, mashed potatoes with tuna packets in it. And today was just steep ups, steep downs, and then some river crossings that I can usually get across with the rock hopping, but I think there was at least one where I had to take my shoes off and switch to sandals. But definitely fast-moving water, precarious crossings on this go-around. Did not make it too fun. But we got a cool site. So far I'm all alone. And tomorrow is town day, getting into Mammoth Lakes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I feel like I pushed it way too hard this stretch, so it'll be nice to have a little rest break and back in town. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. A little chilly with a light breeze, and I was all alone at my campsite, which is awesome, but there's a bunch of people camped around the lake in general. And today we're getting into Mammoth Lakes. So normally getting into town, you go to Red's Meadow, but that place is closed and they're not running the trolley service through there, so it's better to get off a little bit earlier at, it's like a Mammoth trailhead to Horseshoe Lake. I think that's about a 3.5-mile hike to a trailhead down there. And that's even closer to where the town itself is at. And it's a weekend, so I should be able to get a ride, I think. A hitch, that is. But I think the trolley service also goes to that trailhead, so one way or the other, we should be able to get straight into town from there. It's about 12 trail miles, and then the 3.5 for the side trail. This giant pile of the boulders here, kind of in the middle of this little tight valley area, is striking me as odd. Out of all the mountains and boulders and everything I've seen, this seems like a huge chunk of the mountain up there must have like all crumbled apart and then just collapsed into this giant pile here. Usually you see like a couple of small boulders that have just kind of broken loose and fallen down, but this is like an entire mountainside has fallen down and filled in this space with a big pile of rocks. Just seems very out of place from everything else I've seen out here. Here's from an overlook just a little bit further down from this boulder pile. It's strewn out all across. It kind of looks like this happened all at once, I would say, like just the side of the mountain collapsed all at once. Hiking down past Purple Lake. Rocky ups and downs today before the final descent down into Mammoth. There's looking back at the collapsed mountain rock pile we went past. Every once in a while we get a break in the trees. There's some spectacular mountain views. The terrain's been easy. Been making good time, I think. Not that I'm in really too much of a rush to get anywhere. But we're right at the point where we're going to start the final descent. And our exit is going to be in about 4.5 miles or so from here. So something has happened that I've never seen happen before on a long trail. I hit 900 miles and there's no markers for it. So I made my own. That's really shocking to me. But anyway, we're at 900 miles. Here's Deer Creek. Here's our exit. Mammoth Pass to Horseshoe Lake. It's about 3.5 miles to the trailhead parking lot. And then we'll try to hitch in from there. We'll take a look at what the bus schedule looks like. That could also be an option. This area is kind of a mess of trees. Like the whole forest was blown down at one point. Here's McCloud Lake. The winds have really started to pick up. Less than a mile to the trailhead. Coming up on the parking lot. I think we're right on the outskirts of town. I think the hotel I'm at is only like 4 or 5 miles from here. So I'll try hitching. And it's kind of like the only road that this goes to is right into town, so it should be easy to get a hitch. There's a lot of cars here. I'll let you know. I'll check back in when we're in town. I made it to town. I'm at the Shiloh Inn. It took just a minute to get a hitch. There was somebody who pulled in picking up other hikers, and I was able to just jump in with that crew and got the few miles down the road into town. So I'm at the Shiloh Inn. They can't check me into a room yet, so I got to kill a little bit of time. Right next door is a place called the Breakfast Club, and I'm gonna go check just right over here and see what we can get to for lunch. Alright, done with lunch and got checked in to the Shiloh Inn. Just got out of the shower, feeling a little more relaxed. The Breakfast Club place had just closed as soon as I walked in the door. Their hours of operation were wrong, so they closed an hour earlier than what they had advertised, which kind of sucked, but maybe I'll go hit that place up for breakfast. And then I wandered down the street to the, I think it was the Good Life Cafe, and just ate there. That place was really good. So, all the resupply and the planning and other shopping and odds and ends, I've got a few things gear-wise I'm looking for. I'm going to go over all that and do all that tomorrow on the 0 day, because right now, today, I just want to relax. I'm not, like doing this last stretch was rough. It was, like I said previously, I don't recommend it. If I had known how rough and rocky and ups and downs, how much of a struggle it was going to be, I wouldn't have done it. I based all my judgments off of that first day going over Forester Pass and through Kearsarge Pass, the side trail there. And that stuff was easy, so I thought that's what the, that section of the Sierras was going to be like. So, I don't know, I just had a false sense of how tough it was going to be, I guess. So, bad planning on my part. But at the same time, it's like I feel accomplished. I made it through the section. We did some big miles. It just wasn't the best option. But physically and everything, I'm fine. I'm just that much more worn down and ready for a 0 day for tomorrow. So I'll check back in later when we get up to some dinner or something, but I'm not going to be doing anything today. I'm just going to be resting. Also, I'll check back later. I'm just checking back. I just got my dinner situated, I think. I just walked down to Nick and Willie's Pizza and Subs and just got myself a pizza to go. I'll have that later. And there's some severely gusty winds going on right now, like 50 plus miles an hour. Just today only, it's supposed to last, and it's going to be calm tomorrow, I think. It's kind of crazy just walking around outside. But otherwise, I think that's going to do it. I'm trying to get videos uploaded. And I'm kind of at that point where the town stops are going to be more and more infrequent. So if there's a break in the videos and you don't hear from me, don't worry about it. It just means I'm getting further from town and it's going to get harder to upload stuff. So I'll keep checking in and hopefully I can keep my regular schedule as much as possible. But otherwise, I think that's going to do it for this go around. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.